Hi, my name is Dan Renee, and I'm a software architect for Atlona. In this video, we're going to go over the integration of the Velocity Control Platform with BSS Soundweb London platform audio devices. To start, let's go over a little bit about how we can integrate gain and mute control for faders in the Audio Architect software. I'm going to go over just a brief overview of those controls. For more information, you can go out to bssaudio.com and check out their training and support for more information. All right, to start, we actually have a unit here connected at 192.168.11.52. It's a blue 103. And what we want to do is, in this video, control faders, and we're going to do that controlling an analog input card, as well as a software fader that you can set up in the software. To start, there are three kinds of fader types in the BSS Soundweb London product line. For an analog input card, they use what we call discrete control over the fader. So it can discretely be controlled from 0 decibels all the way to 48 in increments of 6. It can also be controlled by a percentage value as well. Now for the mixers that are more of software-based mixers and can be dragged into the project by that, those are controlled by a calculation of a log-based fader. So as we're controlling this fader, there's a log calculation for setting the decibel value. So it's a little bit of a different calculation that we have to deal with in Velocity. So in this demo, we're going to control one analog input, and then let's control a gain input for a phone and a codec. Okay. To do that, we need to go to our room and drag over the third-party controller and open that up. And over here on the left, we can see our room. We can see our blue 103 that we have set up. And we want to click on the audio folder here. And there we see our analog input card A. And let's control channel 1. Let's control the gain and the mute. And let's control the set value. That's for the discrete value. And let's go to channel 2 and control, let's add the gain there and control the percentage. Okay. All right, and then let's go into our virtual fader, and let's pull in the program volume, drag the gain in, and then mute. Now, since this is a log type of fader, I need for all of our users to set the value to anything but 0. So let's set this to 1. And the reason why we do that is I can compare the value of 1 to the data, and I can determine if it's a log-based fader or a discrete-based fader if we just have 1 on all the logs. And let's go to the call volume and just throw that in there as well. All right. Now we want to export these controls so that we can import those into Velocity. What's nice is the Audio Architect has a feature for that, and you can click on Custom. And what we want is /x as the prefix, and as you see down below, the string changes. And we do not want any separators. So we just want /x for the hex value, and it gives you a clear string there. Now, when we export, it exports every single one of these controls into a single CSV file. So I already have one set up called BSS levels. You can name it whatever you want and click Save. So now let's go into the velocity control platform and set this up. I have a room predefined here called BSS London Soundweb. And let's search for BSS. And there we go, the Soundweb London Direct Inject Protocol. And we want to control that over TCP. Let's get connected. Okay, great. Now let's import that CSV, BSS levels. All right, we see here that the analog input card was a discrete value, and we go from 0 to 8. Those are the 8. There's 8 discrete points that we control to go from 0 to 48. This second channel was done by percentage, and then the other ones are done by log because we set the value to 1. And we go from -80 to 10. You can adjust these as needed. You can go from -20 to 5. It just depends on what you want the range of your users to have access to. So let's hit save there. Now we should be able to now control those faders once we hit save. Okay, I'm getting response from the unit. And we can mute the analog input. We can control the percentage. We can also control the log based all the way from -80 to 10. And then we can go back and actually look at that control. So let's say we want to take a look here. Actually, I think I have to get connected. Let's see here. I'm not an expert at this product at this point. It does take a little bit to get connected, I believe. So while we're connected there in this software, let's go back to Velocity. And we are connected here through the API, so that's great. So let's just take our program volume and assign it to master volume mute. This analog input, I believe, is intended for microphone. So let's go ahead and assign a microphone gain as well as a mute. And let's just hit save for that one. And let's go ahead and launch our control screen. And now we have our master volume and the mute. And here's that microphone gain. That was a discrete control that we had. You can mute that microphone and unmute it. This label can also be changed. If we go back and go to the room control options, we can change any of the labels. These are sort of like overrides for those labels. So we can say microphone 1. We could call that like table mic 1. Let's say we had a set of table mics. Okay. Now we can apply those settings to the room. Now we have table mic 1. Great. And that's the basic integration of gain and mute for faders for BSS Soundweb London. Looks like might be having a connection issue here on the software. Let's go ahead and see if -8 decibels. See where we're at here, 33. And it looks like I'm having a problem here connecting on this software. Had it working earlier. We can try one more time. Yeah, it looks like this is not connected. But if you go to the website and learn how the software works more in depth, it'll help you out. If you go to the Soundweb London BSS audio website. So that's it for this video. If you have any further questions about the integration, please visit us at lona.com.